Okay, hey, 50 shots intermediate. Intermediate, all right? So this is it. Cue ball in the center of the table. That's good. Ball off, one ball off the second diamond. We're gonna shoot the 50-80, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna train, okay? We're gonna train 50 shots. And I did an intro on the beginner, and basically, Jolie's a 500, plus or minus a little bit. And he's like, I wanna get to 600. I'm like, Jolie's a great ball pocketer. Jolie don't miss the 8-ball, okay? Jolie don't lose in leagues. Well, sometimes he does, but. Okay, so the thing with Joel is he's a gifted ball pocketer, and he knows strategically what to do because we have thousands of hours of talking pool and 8-ball strategy, hundreds of hours of 8-ball strategy. So Jolie knows what to do, but Jolie doesn't practice. So I said, Jolie, you give me 90 days, you give me 200 shots a day, out of 5 days out of the week, and you do it the way I want. And if you run an honest race, I'm going to beat you every time, just like Days of Thunder when he checks the tires next to Bobby Duvall checks it with Tom Cruise. That's one of Jolie's favorite lines in a movie. But if he gives me an honest run, I'm going to beat him every time. So basically, if he gives me 200 shots and he does it 50 at a time in groups, and I show him how to do these, he's going to improve. And it got me thinking, I need to have a beginner 50, an intermediate 50, and I got to run through with you guys and show you what it really means to hit 50 shots and how you do this. It's not just hitting 50 random shots. It's hitting a set shot, hitting it with different ways, right? So first we're going to check and see where we at. Intermediate shot, center table, cut down the rail. We're going to try to roll the thing in. No anything other than just above center, push. And then we're going to mark it on the rail. And we're going to say, okay, I overcut that. I hit it too thin. Put the ball over here. I'm going to go up for the next one. One down, 49 to go. Okay, so I hit it too thin. I'm going to thicken it up. This thing's probably going to touch the side rail when it goes in. Yep, hit the side rail, went in. So for me, I'm not just hitting the shot. I'm not just correcting the shot. I'm visualizing the shot. I'm calling out what I'm going to try to do and making sure that what I'm trying to do actually happens, right? So that I don't want to be surprised when I hit the ball. So I'm training to not be surprised. Again, it might wipe its feet on the way in. Yep, close. And I like it. So I'm finding the shot. And oh, by the way, besides finding the shot, I'm paying attention to when I hit it with a natural rolling ball, it seems like I'm picking it up from right in this area a lot. So I'm putting that off into my background in my head. It doesn't matter now because I'm on the first 10 and I'm trying to get to 80 so I can move on and do fun stuff. But again, I walk over, I made it, I did the visualization, I did all that stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I keep picking it up right from about here. So, but the main thing is I'm hitting shots. I'm practicing. I'm down on my line. I'm uncomfortable at the table. Who cares? I'm stretched out. I'm down once, twice. It's wobbling around. I don't care. Who cares? Because I look at it and say, well, it was wobbling around. I was distracted. I was behind the cue ball and I overcut it. And so it doesn't matter because I'm just gathering information. And I'm saying, whoa, that was interesting. When I wobble and I worry and I am concerned and thinking behind the cue ball, I notice that I have a tendency to miss it. And now I'm looking and saying, okay, then when I make an overcorrection, I have a tendency to miss it to the other side. And I'm like, okay, no problem, just paying attention to the make or the miss. And so now I'm like, all right, well, I got 4 left. I'd like to get 70, not 60. For sure, I would not like to get 50, but I'll accept whatever I get. So now I'm going to try again. And now I'm going to drop all the thing and the wobble, and I'm going to go only on thickness, all in on thickness. And I'm just going to push it in. And that's good. I pushed it in and I look and I say, okay, same area. All I need to do is push it in to make it. So now I know when I'm training that if I get in a spot where I start missing shots, the 5 and the 6, I don't need to panic. One was on the thick, one was on the thin. Doesn't matter. I'm not super comfortable leaning across the table like this. Doesn't matter. My solve is to go all in and push through on thickness and not think about anything other than accepting the outcome of the shot and trying to hit the 8 with the correct thickness. And then once I do that, they start going in, and I look and I'm like, holy cow, that ball's in the same general vicinity. What a coincidence. I just noticed. So I go back, I fold down, I look at the 9, I relax once, twice, I'm all in on thickness, and I push it in. And then I stay down and I look over there and I say, hey, you've gone over there every single time within a tolerance of about a 6-inch radius around here. And so I'm like, wow, it's interesting. I'm learning. Happy trees, right? Just like Bob Ross. I'm the Bob Ross of pool instructing. I don't know if a guy wrote that in the comments as an insult, but I took it as a major compliment. Happy trees. Cue ball, there. And see, now I'm practicing relaxing, staying down and looking at my position. And I get 70% and I'm like, meh, that's not bad. I like it. And I look at the 1 and I think, I don't know, hit it thin. And then I look at the 5, 6 and I think, hit 1 thin, then overcorrected thick. And then I look at the 7, 8, 9, 10 and I say, guess who didn't panic and get frustrated and lose his shit and miss a bunch of shots? This guy. So then I build my confidence while I'm doing this 50 training. So I'm trying to teach you guys how to analyze the situation and how to stay positive and how to stay in a learning mind, right? How to assess so that we can stay learning, not beat ourselves up, not react, just respond to information. I hope my student isn't here. Okay, there's a student coming in 10 minutes. I'm gonna have to get rolling. So now we did it, 10, and now we go, okay, wait a second. Let's see if we can hit the ball low and have it come over here. What happens if we shoot the same shot, but we just hit it a little low, like a stun? Oh, it goes right there, just like Daddy thought. So now we're gonna hit 10 and try to hit them low. Okay, we're gonna put a target out because we wanna hit a target. We're gonna try to hit 10 and not hit one of those balls and hit between. Okay, and it's just a once, twice. Okay, you didn't hear that click. It didn't touch it. Just kidding, it whisper clicked. I don't think you picked it up, but I'll be honest. All right, I like it though. I like it. What a shot, what a shot. Yay me. Down, low but not draw, stun, twice, go. And then I look at it and I'm like, okay, made the ball, awesome. Tipped up a little bit. So if I wanted to be here, I tipped up. And so now I look at it and think, all right, gotta keep that tip down low. And that was the opposite of tipping down low. I got way too behind the cue ball and I lost my shot. I hit it really thin. And what happens when you hit it that thin? The cue ball is gonna go forward. It's got no chance to connect that low to the ball. It just whiffed and went down forward. So I'm like, okay, good to know. If I whiff and I hit it way too thin, it's not coming past the 15. So I go back and I say thicker. Why did I put the 4 up? Okay, no problem. That was a great shot. It just was the wrong ball. That was supposed to be the 6. Skeep, scap, scoop. Maybe it's supposed to be the 5, I don't remember. What did I don't know. Sometimes I get a little confused. Let's do it again. So we're just trying to hit to this little zone here. Once, twice. Close, 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 close. I'm tipped up a little bit, which is okay. So now let's try to get away from that 15 because we seem to be going forward of where we want to be going. So let's try to tip up a little bit. Close up the bridge and see if that helps. Once, twice. Oh yeah. Thicker got me perfect on the line, but then the energy, the physics, lost the energy off the cue ball. Put it onto the object ball because it was thicker. And that's when I'm hitting these. I'm sitting there and I'm not trying to teach you guys. I'm trying to explain it to myself so that you guys can have the same conversation with yourself when you're hitting these 50 shots. These are the conversations I want you to have. I want you to analyze. Not did I hit where I was trying to hit, but did I hit a perfect shot like that. That's the best shot I hit. It took me 9 shots to get there. And I'm like, yay me, right? Because I'm at 90% for my make, but I'm only at 10% for perfect and pure. And so we'll show you again after this what we're going to do with that information. Let's try to hit one more for the road. Perfect and pure. Once, twice. Perfect and pure. Okay, so now we hit 20% of them perfect and pure. We made 90% of them, and we want to get that pure number up to like 3 or 4. And we want to, the make is fine. It would be cool if we made 100, but we're good on the makes. We're fine on the makes. We just want to be in the 80 to 60 to 80% on the make. So if we're floating 90, but we lost our cue ball a bunch, we don't care. We're happy. We're totally happy with what we're doing. Happy trees, right? And yeah, so let's go. So now we're going to do what? We're going to hit it again. We're 20 shots in. Shoot, I got to speed this up. And we want to hit 10 to here, perfect. So now we're finding it, right? We're touching the rail exactly what we did. We're going to give ourselves about an B plus A minus on that because we want to bounce off a little more aggression. Now we're finding it, right? Now we're warm, right? Because the reason why we're warm and we're hitting it and we just hit 2 B plus A plus or A shots is because we are not beating ourselves up when we make these mistakes. I told you, I'm not going to hit 100% pure shots. I'm just good that I went 100% increase, or no, I hit 2 perfect ones, and now I just hit 2 perfect ones and 1 bad one. So we're going to try to hit another perfect one, and we lost it probably because we were concerned about being perfect. Okay, so now we're going to go back. We're going to try to dig in a little bit more because we lost our tip up. Okay, we're down. We're going to try to find the shot. There we go. So now, you know, I always talk about process. You know what I know? 3 perfect shots, 3 A minus shots, A plus, A, B plus, 3 shots out of 5 to right there. So I'm totally aware of what I'm doing when I'm training, but I reset right now and it's a new shot. And it's just about hitting the shot pure. I'm gonna give myself a B plus on that one, B plus. So what I'm saying is I'm aware of my performance. I'm not just mindlessly hitting shots. I'm not just, hey guys, hit 50 shots mindlessly and be all zen for me. You know, promise yourself you won't. Okay, nice, I didn't touch anything. 4 perfect, 4 A's, A minuses. Yeah, I'm not asking for people to give up on results. I'm just saying there's a way to train where you can focus on results and you can hit 5 out of 8 perfect after you hit 2 the first round. And that's what I'm trying to I'm not like trying to like, oh shoot, oh, it's my kids leaving. I'm not trying to like say, oh, this is how I'm perfect. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this is how I train bros and broettes. I'm trying to hit that shot and I'm trying to find that shot. And you guys saw the 10 before were trash, right? And now I've had 6 of them that are A minus shots. So I went from 10 that were complete whiff, trash, nonsense, missed 3 of them, I think, or something, to like now I'm dialed, I've missed 1, and now I'm dialed on this spot and I'm hitting this spot. And this is the type of detail that I'm trying to hit, right? Like that, I want that to be my worst shot. So that was 9 shots, 7 out of 9, 10 shots, 7 out of 9 were near perfect. 8 and 9 were in the B range. 1 was worse, and then the 4 was bad. So what I'm saying is that's the improvement that I'm looking for. And the reason why I get that improvement is because I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm very, 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 very present. And I'm basically just adjusting and learning the shot. And what I'm trying to show you guys is in these 50 shots, what I'm trying to show you is This is how you train to be present. This is how you train to learn about the physics, the geometry, the biomechanics. If I was having an issue, let's say I have an issue and it's jumping up, and we're gonna just go through it now in this shot. Okay, let's say we're 30 shots in and I'm liking this shot, but I still feel like, well, it's not the greatest, whatever. I would go through and I would stay down and not move until this ball hit this rail. So let's move it again. Okay, so we know that this was naturally going here, right? So now let's hit the ball high and see where it wants to go. I'm thinking it's probably gonna hit these as a breakout. If I hit it high, I could break these out without scratching. Okay, so now we're gonna hit 10, just a straight high ball, no inside. Okay, that's close. The high pushes it down a little bit. Okay, so now we're gonna say this is our breakout. And we're gonna hit it with high. Once, twice, no inside. Okay, because now we're seeing if we hit it higher, we can get it to go forward just a little bit. Because remember we were picking the ball up from over here with natural like rolling. Now when we put a little high on it, it goes forward just a whisper, just like maybe a quarter diamond. Okay, so we're gonna hit it high with no inside and go right there, okay? And we're gonna hit 10 like this. How many? This is 40 we're hitting now? Okay, so now we're on 40. We're hitting high to hit those balls. So now we've hit the cue ball center, rolling. I think we've hit it stun across, and then we hit it stun across again, and now we're hitting a high ball. So now we're coming into like our 40 range. We're hitting that shot. Okay, now I gotta go. So we're gonna, this person's probably coming in really quick here. So let's do one more shot. Now we're 40 in, we just did all 40. Now we got 10 left. And now we're gonna go, because we're not sure what we wanna do. So we're like, okay, we're gonna go back to, now we're gonna see, can we hit these balls with inside? So we're gonna set it up, and now we're gonna go 10 with a whisper of inside, high inside, 1 o'clock. And that's what we're gonna do. Now we're hitting a high inside shot, and we're finding out where that cue ball is gonna go, right? Cue ball is gonna go right in there with a little high inside. Practice high inside. And see, we're hitting all these different shots, but we're watching and seeing what happens and staying present. So now we've hit those shots. So now we're gonna hit them right here, coming out to break them apart after the third rail. Ooh, and then we found something. We're like, okay, we hit a little bit too far towards this corner pocket, so now we're gonna add just a little bit more spin. We're gonna scratch, and we're gonna set it up and be like, okay. Not enough spin, went back to center on my stroke. Super distracted by this person showing up. Okay, so now we're gonna fall down on the ball, stick to our spin, and let it happen. That's what we wanted. So we fix it, right? We don't panic, we don't get upset, we don't wave our cue around, happy trees. Another shot, down, stick to our worm farm. Stick to our worm farm, that's what we have to do. Our worm farm is staying on the inside, English. Now we're gonna come out here. Can we get it to here? Can we hit these balls? We'll just kind of mess around. Yeah, we're gonna need to really let that spin take. And stick to the worm farm. Ooh. So, too much spin. Wow, that's what happened. So then we're learning, right? Okay, too much spin gets us into this rail too soon and comes on the outside of the ball. So now we're like, okay, we stuck a little too much to our worm farm. So now we got to have a little less worm farm sticking. And we hit it perfect that time. Nice. We're gonna do it again, because tonight's gonna be a good night. Okay, let's do it again. Mazel tov l'chaim. Just kidding. Okay, I think we gotta get out of here. Oh, touched it. Target pool. Okay, last shot. Now we're gonna hit it with a little chutzpah, staying in that Jewish theme, and we're going to rock and roll into them. So we're gonna have to recalculate. We're gonna have to make sure that we add a little bit more spin, because it's gonna come off that rail a little faster to hit that shot right there. Okay? And then we're gonna hit this shot here. Oh, that's not good. I didn't think so. I felt my arm twist. When I'm banking and I feel my arm twist, it's curtains. My arm needs to go through straight like that. Okay, 3 rails. Oh, yeah. Okay, love you guys. We'll see you. Intermediates. Bye-bye.